Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone's had a great beginning of the week. I just wanted to continue our discussion about puppies. Apparently, we have a lot of interest in puppies and crate training in particular, which I really like to answer because this is the way you get your dog started off right? Your puppy is only a puppy for so many months, and then all of a sudden he becomes a dog. So whatever we do with our puppy is going to be molding our dog into our puppy into the dog that we were going to get. So there were a few questions that kind of stood out to me, and one of the first ones was someone asked how to integrate a puppy into your existing pack. Now, your existing pack could just be one other dog. It doesn't have to be 12 or 15 dogs. It could just be one dog. So that's a really good question because first impressions, as you know, are important with people and with dogs. So what I would recommend doing, since I've been in rescue for almost 25 years, and so we actually use the same philosophy when we do rescue and we integrate a dog into a new home, and it could be a puppy or an adult dog, it doesn't really matter. What we try to do is actually have the introduction take place not inside the home, but outside of the home. So usually what I'll do is ask the owner to bring their dog out of their pack, however many dogs they have, outside, and we do a little walk in the neighborhood with the dogs. And you can do this even with a very young puppy, it doesn't matter. But that way, if the existing dog that you've already had has any kind of territorial issues at home, then you avoid that kind of confrontation of bringing a new dog right in. I keep the excitement really low. There's a fallacy about excitement, that excitement equals happiness and love. And in the animal kingdom, it doesn't. Excitement is actually a precursor to a lot of things that you don't want to happen. So keep the excitement down. Don't get anybody riled up, and just introduce the dogs outside. Take a little walk with them, even if it's just for 5 or 10 minutes, it doesn't matter. And then bring the dogs inside to see the puppy's new territory. And again, I mentioned that the last time we did the video, that you don't have to offer the entire home to the puppy right away. You can actually introduce the puppy slowly to different areas of the house. Remember, you've got a child in essence, and so just as the same way that you would not let your child run all over the house and have access to every single thing, you would keep your child contained during times that you couldn't watch him or her. You would have a bassinet or a crib or whatever. So this is when the crate comes in handy. So that's how I would integrate a puppy into the pack. Now, someone else asked how they can keep their puppy from chewing up things in the home, in particular houseplants, which can actually be very dangerous because there are a lot of houseplants that are toxic to dogs. So this is really super easy because, again, I'm going to reiterate this until you're going to be tired of hearing me say it. But you have to contain your dog. If you leave the house and you have a puppy that's only a few weeks old, that's teething and has access to everything in the house, then don't be surprised when you come home and you've got the edges of your furniture chewed up and you've got your brand new sunglasses chewed up and so on and so forth. So once again, the crate is not a bad thing. Crate is a good thing, and it's very similar to what you would do with a child, a bassinet. Crates are natural. They replicate a den, which is what a dog would have in the wild. They would actually create a den. The mother would keep the puppies there. So that keeps the puppies safe, and it keeps your belongings safe, because there's no way you're going to be able to stop a teething puppy from chewing on things while you're not at home. It's just impossible. And you wouldn't keep your 2-year-old at home alone either. You would make sure that somebody was there watching and that your child was I keep saying contained, which is probably not the best word to use when you're referring to a child, but you get the drift, okay? So that's what I would do, is don't give the puppy an opportunity to make a mistake, because the more they're able to make a mistake, the more mistakes they're going to make. It just sort of continues to reinforce to them that they can make a mistake, just like potty training, the same thing. Someone also asked what to do about their dog that basically has a meltdown in the crate, screams and has a fit when they come home from work. Now, this is an important principle because it holds true for a lot of things in dog behavior. A lot of times people will ask me, how do I get my dog to do this or that or the other, and they have a specific thing that they're interested in keeping from happening. You see, your relationship with your dog is, you have to have the right foundation with your dog, because you can't just spot correct certain things. So if your dog is having a meltdown when you come home, a lot of that could have to do with the fact that you symbolize excitement to your dog. So during the day, if you're basically the source of excitement and the source of affection, but not the source of direction and discipline and that type of thing, then of course the dog is going to see you when you come in the door. They're going to have meltdown. So the problems that they're going to be having in the crate is not actually the problem, it's the symptom of the problem. Does that make sense? So in other words, you have to have a comprehensive sort of overall good relationship with your dog where you actually represent calm to the dog as opposed to excited, crazy behavior. So I pride myself on the fact that I can go out of town and come back, and with all the dogs that I have, when my car pulls up, I don't hear a sound. It's as though I don't even have a dog at home, because when I pull up, my dogs hear the sound of my car, which represents to them that their leader is home, and that means calm. So that's the relationship that I've chosen to develop with my dogs, and it serves me well because I don't have dogs that get crazy in the crate when I come home. At the very least, I might hear a tail hitting the crate, doom, 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 she's home, and that's about it. So make sure that your overall relationship with your dog is good, and that you represent a source of leadership to your dog, because that's really what they crave, that's really what they follow. Dogs don't follow affection, they follow leadership. Okay? So enough lecturing on crates, but seriously, your crate is your best friend. And if I could, I would make sure that every person in the world had a crate if they got a dog. It would be a requirement. Of course, I can't enforce that, but that's what I would do if I could. So I hope I answered a few questions for you today, and I love doing this. I love answering your questions, so please feel free to go in and comment underneath my videos and my post, and just ask me whatever you'd like, and I'll answer whatever I can, okay? And I'll do more videos as the days go on. So great talking with you. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week, and just remember to lead with love, okay? Bye.